I said I wasn't gonna do this, but here we go.
Ongaku concept.
Undertale. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you what that is, but if you don't know, it is an Earthbound-style indie RPG. The game's creator, Toby Fox, composed the entire soundtrack himself, and it's pretty impressive, to be honest. Now, there's a lot of really cool stuff going on with this soundtrack, a lot of motifs and everything like that, but I want to talk to you about something very simple going on in one of my absolute favorite songs, Hopes and Dreams. So this song has a lot of energy. It's constantly moving, going places. But where does that energy come from? Right? Where does that energy come from? On a compositional level, how do you get that? One word, predominance. This song is in a minor key, G minor to be precise. A key has 7 basic chords, and each of these chords can be sorted into groups, 3 groups exactly, the tonic family, the predominant family, and the dominant family. Tonic chords are places of rest. Dominant chords are the exact opposite. They're the greatest point of tension. Hopes and Dreams relies very heavily on 6 and 4 chords, which in a minor key are classified as predominants. A predominant is a chord that's meant to put things into motion, pulling your ear towards the dominant chord, which is the greatest source of tension. It's in between the tonic and dominant chords. It is a movement chord. It gets things going. And Hopes and Dreams abuses this, using these chords constantly, keeping the harmony up in the air, constantly moving, very rarely resolving to a tonic chord, and even then, very briefly. Because of this, it has a constant source of energy or fuel. Now, there's not really a name for this technique exactly. However, if you do this with a dominant chord, with the 5 chord of a key, this is called standing on the dominant, or dominant prolongation. So perhaps we could call this technique standing on the predominant. Now, that's more of a very specific idea of holding out a dominant chord for a great length of time, as opposed to in this song where we just continue returning, hanging on this predominant chord. So I don't know if standing on the predominant works. In any case, he's using it a lot. Toby Fox's writing style is heavily influenced by Japanese composers, and this technique is very common among them. You'll find it very often in anime opening and ending themes, and in quite a lot of video game music. Green Hill Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog comes to mind. It's also very common in more somber other real pieces, because the lack of resolution to the tonic creates a very up-in-the-air sort of sound. You'll hear this in Zelda's Lullaby, in Sea Bottom Segway from Sonic Lost World, and it stems from the Japanese music industry's heavy influence from Eurobeat and disco music. Speaking of which, if you sped up the song and changed the key... Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and hurt you. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to know more about the Japanese music industry's influences of Eurobeat and disco and all of that, you can click right up here somewhere, and you can learn more about that. If you want to learn about chord function, about tonics, predominance, and dominant chords and all that stuff, I did a video on that comparing them with RPG classes, which you can find right here. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments or email me at ongakuconcept@gmail.com. If you want to discuss this topic with other game music fans, you can join the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/ongakuconceptvgm. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.